So we made it, Max. We're here at Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
Tampa Bay Brewing Company, Tampa
Yes.
Bay, Florida.
We've been waiting for this one.
Yeah,
This is,
yeah. Matter of fact, we missed the first exit, thanks
Yes.
to
Me.
maybe some misnavigation on the iPhone.
I blame Steve Jobs. Sorry, that just happened. But, you know, I was using the iPhone, and it definitely told me to do what I
think
did.
he said 275 south,
Am I going to get killed now? for
which
that?
we got on. Turns out we went like, oh, no exaggeration, at least 4 to 5 miles out of our way.
Yeah.
But we decided to turn around. We could have went going because, hey, we're heading to like Fort Lauderdale somewhere. But we said, you know what, we got to go to Tampa Bay Brewing. We'd been hearing a little rumbling about Tampa Bay and some of the good beers here.
True.
And I'll tell you what, there's not a brewery that we've turned around for, which there's been a lot, that I'm more happy that we turned around.
Well, that's a great point. You know, if we didn't come here and I realized what we've missed out on, I'd be pretty bummed out.
You know, just meeting Dave alone was worth coming here.
Not only the head brewer, but the original founder and owner of this place.
Absolutely.
Since 1996.
And just, right? I mean, as a pilot, I'm a pilot. He's just a great guy.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, even if the beers would have been average, this would have ranked as one of my favorite stops on our tour for craft beer, man.
Just a real great time hanging out with him in the cooler in the brewery back here. And
you're going to see some footage.
Meeting his mom and meeting his wife and his daughter, and I mean, it's just
really good family-run business here. They've been paying the dues for what, I think 10, 15 years they've been here?
Over 15 years.
15 years they've been here.
Yeah.
You know, his mom was saying they had people come in 15 years ago tasting the beers like, what is this, you know? I mean, this is...
I think they were used to their Miller Lite or something, you know?
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, this is the birthplace
and now,
of a lot of craft beer here
Max,
in Tampa.
And now, Max, we're going to review some beers here. And by the way, this is a first for craft beer, man. We're going to review 3 right now. It's it, 3 beers.
3 craft beers in one shot.
Beers. And I think we can do it. I think we got the names down. But,
I think so.
But yeah, what's
It'll
happened?
be a little longer, so you might want to pour a beer.
Yeah,
this
right.
It's going to be a little longer.
But you do have a beer in your hand, don't you?
You should. If you don't,
Here's one. Take this.
You should crack one open.
Cheers.
So, here we are. Talk about a couple of beers. First one I want to talk about is the one that you're going to find first if you're not from Tampa Bay or you have never been to the brewery, because Dave is actually going to start packaging this thing with a new canning line.
Right.
And it is the Old Elephant Foot IPA.
Correct.
And that's what we're looking at right here.
And it's right about 7% on the ABV.
Kind of a golden straw colored, maybe just a tad bit of copper hue, but more on the golden straw colored. I tell you what, when they poured us my buddy Andrew here, I got into a conversation with Dave, and before I knew it, there was an IPA in my hand. So obviously he had touched base with somebody. And
I took care of that.
the first thing I did was smell it, and I was just like, wow, that smells like home. I mean, it just smells like I'm going to enjoy this beer. So it has a really nice nose. It's definitely, you know, when we travel around and we go to the East Coast, let's face it, the East Coast IPAs are different than West Coast IPAs.
True.
And this one leans more towards the West Coast style. Still has the nice body, I think, of an East Coast IPA, but definitely has the nose with that Cascade, Centennial. I think you said he used a little Northern Brewer in there too.
Yep, that's correct.
One other hop in there. But just a really nice floral nose that I was smelling. And then, you know, obviously you can see already that we've partaken. Andrew doesn't even have any of this one left. He's on to the black IPA, by the way.
That's true. That's true, actually.
So I do a little more talking. He's doing a little more drinking while he's filming, so he's ahead of me a little bit. But
you know what? When I smelled it, I thought I was in the Northwest somewhere. I really did. I really felt like this has a nice floral aroma to it that I really want to get into, and we did.
Yeah, we got into it. We got into it solid.
Yeah.
And you know, the flavor on this, good full body, nice bitterness, but yet very well balanced. You know, Dave was telling us he played around with the malt character a little bit on this one. It's got a little bit of lingering bitterness to it, which I think you find a lot in kind of that Northwest, not even the West Coast, but that Northwest style of IPA. I really enjoyed this beer. Overall, I mean, I could drink a lot of this IPA. By the way, #1 seller in their tap room.
Right. The
only one they're going to package.
Right. And it's the one where people come literally every day and get their pints on.
They got a guy sitting at the bar over there right now that comes in, has been in here every day for 15 years.
He's a professor at a nearby college.
15 years coming to drink this beer. So Obviously, it's got a following.
I can see that. I can see why someone would do that.
And you can see behind us some new tanks there.
It all happens right here. That's where all the
Dave is working his tail off trying to expand this puppy because guess what? When you make good beer, you sell a lot of beer. People come in and want to drink it.
They're growing.
Look for the Elephant, the old Elephant Foot. Now he's going to do this in 16-ounce cans with a foot on each can. So you'd be buying the total Elephant in a 4-pack. I love that idea. I'm a
Tall
marketing
boys,
guy.
16 ouncer. Do you know the tall boys?
Great idea.
Yeah,
great
that's
idea.
beautiful. So as far as this is concerned,
Old Elephant Foot.
it's up there, Max.
I think it's a solid 4, man. I'm going to give this a solid 4
it's a 4.
on the
That's a
IPA
great
scale.
review.
I mean, it's just it's an
well
excellent
deserved.
beer.
Well deserved.
Very well balanced. It's a great beer.
Let's move on
talk
to
a little bit about the black IPA.
This is their black IPA. It also comes in right about 7% ABV. What I noticed on the smell here, and you'll get a little of that, is you get that same hop character, but that maltiness,
a little bit of malty,
and
roasty,
maybe a little roasty smokiness coming through. So there's a difference on that. Other than that, when you put it to your lips, which I enjoy doing very much so, it is just, it's you know what, that's literally one of the best. I would say, I'm going to go out and say one of my favorite top 3 black IPAs I've ever had, and I probably had in that 30 to 40 range.
Yeah.
You know, in my tasting.
I would agree because one of the things I like about this, I notice, Andrew, is it is more of an IPA than it is a black.
Yes.
I like the fact that it's not
IPA
trying
first.
to be a malty black Scottish ale with a little hop tinge.
Yep.
It's an IPA.
Yeah, there's
but
no
it just
question.
so happens to be black, and it's got some great malt character to it. So I like the fact that it's balanced in that manner.
I actually would say I even like the mouth feel of this better than that one. It doesn't have a bad mouth feel.
Yep.
But this is
no
just
question. It's got a more body to it.
It's got that more body to it, and it leaves you, and I say this a lot, but it leaves you thinking there's no alcohol in this, and I do need another sip. That's what this is doing, and it's called the Midnight Crossing because he does flights in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
He flies in the middle of the night, and so he thought that'd be a good name for
Delivers
this.
airplanes from, I don't know, like other countries, right?
It's,
We're in
it's
Florida,
amazing.
so I think
You got to meet Dave.
Yeah.
If you come here, you got to say, hey, just say hello to Dave.
Great
because
guy,
I tell you, he's got a lot of stories. So
matter of fact, he's telling us a story about he's in a Cessna 206, delivering it probably from South America or wherever he's coming from, and he's got to put a big fuel tank in the back just to get over here.
Yeah.
And actually gets basically buzzed or intercepted by an F-15 fighter aircraft.
right next to this little guy.
You imagine what? So that's where he came up with the Midnight Crossing. So what a beautiful story behind the beer. So another great beer. What are you thinking, Muggs?
You know what? I didn't think I would do this originally. I knew it was getting at least a 4, but I'm going to give it a 4.5 Mugs, Max,
Nice.
because you know what? This is the next beer I'm going to order here.
Cool.
I mean, I really enjoy it.
And you know what? I totally agree. I just had a couple of sips, but I've had a few black IPAs. I'm not a huge fan of that category, but I can appreciate it, but I can order another one of those easily.
And as I'm just talking here, I'm going to change that from being one of my top 3 to the best black IPA I've had. So those of you who are brewing those, go ahead and text me or get on my Twitter or get on my Facebook and let me know what I should try. But that is the best black IPA I have had.
That's nice. That's a great
cool.
compliment. I mean,
So
we
thank
have
you,
a lot of
Dave.
those. And then we just wanted to mention, not that you can actually even get this,
Yeah,
because
this will be short but sweet. 'Cause you can't even get
Dave
it.
took us in the back, and we got a couple of swigs of some really special stuff. I mean, we had some stuff back there that's 2 years old, that's been aging for 2 years in barrels. It's just a phenomenal. It's kind of an old English style strong ale. It's got some of that oxidation.
Oh yeah, that was
some
incredible.
of that that alcohol forward
It aged for
flavor.
over 2 years.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What a beautiful beer.
But this
Which
is
we
an
don't even have.
Imperial IPA.
Imperial
And it's
IPA.
called the Old Hoarder.
The hop hoarder.
Oh yeah, the
So these
hop
like
hoarder. Thank you.
hoarding those hops.
Oh yeah, bringing them in. That's
Yeah,
right. The
yeah.
hop hoarder.
And great beer, over 10%, I believe, maybe 10,
10.2.
10.5, something like that.
Yep.
And just very well balanced.
It's wonderful. I mean, I'm sorry you can't get it. It's my
It's
main thing.
sweet. It's hoppy. It's just, boy, this spells danger for a guy like you and I.
That's very good, Max.
I mean, it really does.
It gets better with each sip. The alcohol is completely disguised by the wonderful hop aroma and flavor.
And you know what I loved about it? We're back there looking at the serving tanks, and he's got one small keg of this left.
That's right.
And my buddy Andrew says, so what are you going to do with this? He goes, I'm going to do this. And he pours it into our glass and his glass.
Nothing else.
Basically says, hey, Nobody gets this, but
Yeah.
but me and maybe some special folks.
That was really neat.
Yeah, very special.
It made us feel special, and you know what? I believe him, because when I taste it, I would probably not be. If I only had a little bit, I wouldn't be selling it. So
I'd be
good call.
hoarding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hop Hoarder.
Hop Hoarder.
Yeah.
So that's the Hop Hoarder.
So if he ever brews it again, which maybe he will, because he's
Yeah.
just installing a 40-barrel bright, two new
Yep.
40-barrel fermenters, so they're
Yep.
definitely in the expansion mode.
So what I would do is check Tampa Bay Brewing website.
Got it, yeah.
And see if they are going to announce
Facebook
something.
page.
Yeah. So do that.
And come by, say hi to Dave and the family. It's a great family-owned, run business.
Yeah.
We haven't had their food, but we've heard good things about their food. And so come on by, try some of their beers, and then look for their new cans to show up in the stores.
Yeah.
Probably in the next, I would say, 3 to 4 months.
Exactly. And should we give this a quick rating too?
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. As far as
4.5.
Imperial IPAs, this is a 4.5.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah. I
So
mean, this is just a wonderful IPA.
for those of you who
I doubt you'll ever try it. Honestly, it's one of
Yeah.
those special things.
Yeah.
But it definitely is in that 4.5 range. So,
just trust us,
yeah,
it's
trust
amazing.
us. Cheers, man.
All right, cheers.
Great
Crap-
to see you. We'll probably have another hit from Fort Lauderdale or down in Southern
we'll find
Florida.
something
But
over there.
but if not, hey, this was worth the trip to
Oh
Florida.
yeah.
Right here.
Oh yeah. The craft beer man loves this.
Cheers.
Cheers, mahalo.